So you're thinking about buying or selling a home in San Antonio. In this video, we are going to be helping you navigate through the northeast quadrant of San Antonio. San Antonio's a big city, and you want to make sure that you're not moving into the wrong area or the wrong neighborhood. So in this video, Steve and I are going to be taking you through 4 different homes and neighborhoods at different price points, so you can see what your budget will buy or can afford in different neighborhoods that Steve and I personally love and adore right here in the northeast part of San Antonio. And if you stick around till the very end, we are going to show you San Antonio's best kept secret on the northeast side of town. This is going to be one you won't want to miss. So let's get after it right now. If this is your first time to our channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living right here in San Antonio and its surrounding areas, make sure you subscribe or tap the bell for notifications to ensure that you're one of the first to be notified when we drop a new market update. My name is Katie Powers, and my husband Steven Garza and I get phone calls and emails from people just like you every single day who are looking to buy and sell their homes in San Antonio, Texas. Whether you're 6 days or 6 months away from making that transition, we would absolutely love to hear from you. All of our information is listed right below in the description box, and Steve and I would be honored to be your realtors of choice to help you make that smooth transition into a new home. Now let's dive into the top neighborhoods that we would suggest right here on the northeast side of San Antonio. All right, so welcome to house and neighborhood number 1. We are in Stone Ridge, and honestly, this neighborhood is so near and dear to my heart because once upon a time, before Steve and I got together, I was a single mom, and I was able to purchase my first home in this neighborhood as a single mom. It's safe, it's great, the houses are smaller, but you're getting in, and that's always the key when I tell my first-time home buyers is buying your first house is always hard because you have a lot of out-of-pocket expenses, right? You have your down payment and your closing costs, and that adds up very quickly as a first-time home buyer. But once you get the home and you build your equity and you go to sell it and buy another one, you pull your equity out, and then you're not stressing about all the money you need down because you're pulling it out of your equity, right? So we wanted to feature this neighborhood, A, because I love it. I still own my home in this neighborhood, just rent it out, and it's become a great income property for me as well. But why it's so great is because the price point in this neighborhood. You can get into a home between $225,000 to $325,000. That's your price point in this neighborhood. The homes are smaller, right? You've got homes in here that are 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 900 square feet. And then you've got homes in here that are 4-bedroom, 2.5-bath that are much larger. Of course, those are going to be closer to the 300 price point, but this neighborhood really offers you the American dream of being able to purchase a home. It is a perfect first-time home buyer neighborhood. So I just wanted to speak on that because it really is a great neighborhood. There's a great HOA, lots of amenities. The HOA is only $236 a year. It has a massive pool, a playground, walking trails. They just put in a pavilion, a covered pavilion, and it's got tennis courts. I mean, really, this HOA gives you a lot for the amount per year. Walking trails, they added like little workout stations throughout the walking trails, which is actually pretty cool. So as we move into our first house in Stone Ridge, so this home we're coming up to is 12131 Stony Bridge. It is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, just over 1,300 square feet. So not a bad size. Now they've completely renovated the bathrooms, the HVAC system is new, they put in new ductwork. These homes are older, they're built in the 80s. So you definitely will see a lot of updates in these homes. And this one is for sale at $250,000. You can get into a home that's completely renovated with over 1,300 square feet for $250,000 in this neighborhood. Have a great amenity center, have great equity that you can build in and be able to either rent it out in the future or purchase your next home using the equity. I will say the equity in these neighborhoods have grown a lot. I've got a lot of equity in my home in just over 8 years. So it's definitely a great neighborhood to keep on your list. And the school district is great here. You've got Wetmore Elementary just down the street, easy commute. Driscoll Middle School is also down the street. So elementary, middle school, great schools, easy to go. My son went there, so I wouldn't really tell you it was a great school if I wouldn't send my own kid there, right? So he went there, he loved them and thrived, and now he's at MacArthur High School. So overall, great neighborhood. The key here is the price point. You can get in a home, $250,000, with a great house in a great neighborhood. So let's move on to house number 2.
We are here at house number 2 in the beautiful community of Steubing Ranch. A little bit about Steubing Ranch. It's in the Northeast, of course. It has a price range between $300,000 and $400,000. It's got mid-level homes to big 3,000 square foot homes. The house I'm going to be bringing you is 1,579 square feet. The community itself, though, has a pool, a park, a playground, and so with that, the cost of the annual fee is $800 or $200 a quarter. So this house that we're coming up on was built in 2003, which is basically what all these homes in this area are. You can tell by the trees that have all grown up. They got their canopies now, so you get that shade when walking down the sidewalk. This particular home is 15919 Drexel Run. It's a 1-story, 3-bedroom, 2 full bath. It's been totally remodeled, new flooring, new kitchen. It's your typical 1-story in San Antonio at 1,500 plus square feet. It's got the covered patio in the back, and it's got the privacy fence. You can tell I love when subdivisions reach this age because of the trees. You know, if you're walking down in the middle of the summer like we are today, it's going to be 100 plus degrees, and so you just want to get that tree cover that, you know, gives you the shade when you're taking the kids for a walk or going to the community pool. It's just a great subdivision in the Northeast. The schools are good. You know, we put up, I can't tell you how many homes I've sold in here. My clients tend to love this area if they're looking in the Northeast. This is just that prototypical subdivision in San Antonio in the Northeast that people love. All right, on to the next.
All right, so we are here at Foxgrove. Now, this is a neighborhood, of course, nestled in the Northeast. It is north of 1604, right off of Bulverde Road and Evans. Now, this neighborhood is great because the homes are a little older, but you're gonna get great value for it. Here at Foxgrove, the HOA is $200 a year. They've got a pool, a neighborhood pool, a playground, and a sports court. It's also located in Northeast ISD, and honestly, the schools that are routed for this neighborhood are some of the top schools in the Northeast ISD. So, all great things to think about. Now, the house we're coming up on is 20718 Cape Coral. Now, this home was built in 2012 by KB Homes, It is 2,006 square feet, 1-story home. Now this one is actually pretty unique because it's a 3, 2 and a half. Now normally in those 3-bedroom, 2-bath homes, you don't get that extra half bath. So it is nice to have that extra half bath. The other great thing that this home also offers is a second living room or an additional bonus space. So usually in a 1-story and this square footage, you don't get both of those things. This one has it, and it's listed at $364,000. So great price point, under $400,000, great school district, great upgrades. It's overall just a great home in the Northeast ISD. You really can't go wrong in Foxgrove. So let's go check out another home.
All right, we're here at house number 4 in the beautiful community of Ocala, or Ocala Village, or Ocala Estates. The locals just know it as Ocala. When you say Ocala, we think of big, beautiful trees, well-manicured yards, just a beautiful neighborhood altogether. Ocala itself does not have an HOA, which means no community center, which can be a drawback, unless you're looking for those homes that have character and more space between each house. This particular house that we're bringing you today is 13738 Oak Pebble. It's listed for $425,000. It's a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath. It's got the master bedroom upstairs. It's got the 2-car garage. It's been remodeled on the inside, new kitchen, granite counters, that kind of stuff. That's what you're gonna find in a neighborhood of this age. This house was built in 1985, which the neighborhood was built in the 80s. And so with that, you're just gonna get more space. It sits on 0.2 of an acre, which is a larger lot than most communities in San Antonio. Most communities are around 0.16, 0.18, and then if you get the corner house, you get a 1/4 of an acre roughly, somewhere in there. But people love this community because it's just well established. Look down that street, you see all the big, beautiful trees. They're 40+ years old, if not hundreds of years old, the oaks that were saved. It's just a beautiful community all around. People keep up their yards. Pride of ownership is in this area for sure, and you don't pay for your HOA, which is kind of nice. Now stay tuned, because this subdivision sits right next to the area of San Antonio, our best kept secret. It sits across the street actually, and so it's one of my favorite areas of San Antonio. It is our best kept secret. Stay tuned.
All right, so we are here at the best kept secret right here in the northeast part of San Antonio. We're at McAllister Park. Now, if you've watched our other videos, I definitely bring up this park a lot. It's a phenomenal park. You can see the playground right behind us. This portion of the park is honestly very near and dear to my heart, because when I bought my first home in San Antonio, I would walk. So the first home that we brought you in Stone Ridge actually backs up to this portion of McAllister Park. And so I would walk down here when I was a single mom with my little Tegan, and we would walk these trails. There's a little trail here that just goes in a big lap, and I would walk it while he would play on the playground. But there's also lots of trails.
Yes, there are a ton of trails. McAllister Park is over 900 acres of nature, paved trails, pavilions. You got soccer fields, baseball fields. You got 2 playgrounds, 2.4 acre dog park. It's got everything. The kids can go nuts. It's got a biking area for for beginner bikers to go over humps, and they just recently installed that, and it's got some more pavement for the bikers off of that as well, so the kids can learn how to ride and learn how to just go over the hills and have fun all day. And then you got guys like me, we love to mountain bike, and I love the mountain biking here in McAllister Park. You got some hills, you got unpaved trails, tons of them. They go all over the place. You know, you cross other bikers, you have fun, you break a sweat, you get out and work out. And so McAllister Park is just, it's one of the best parks in San Antonio and one of the biggest parks in San Antonio.
And it also connects to the Salado Creek Trail. So this is, which we talk about in a lot of our videos. I mean, San Antonio, if you like being outside, this is the city you want to be in. These trails connect all over. You can ride, I think, was it 22 miles?
No, it's
larger
almost
now.
100 miles total now.
Well, Salado Creek. So you can connect, they connect together through a paved trail. So you could start here at McAllister. Steve does. We don't live far from McAllister. So he bikes into McAllister and will start the Salado Creek Trail here and goes into all the different parks along the way, and you can go all the way to the rim, or you can go all the way down to the Missions. It really just depends how long of a ride you can do. I'm not gonna lie, my stepdad does it a lot, and there's been a few times where he's gotten to the end of the trail but couldn't make it back, right? So if it's 22 miles down, you gotta remember you gotta go 22 miles back. So great trail, but overall, this is just such a great park. The dog parks are huge. They have like Steve said, it's like 2.5 acres of dog trail, and dog park. So you've got a small section for the small dogs and a huge section for the big dogs, and you could train your dogs in there. They've also just kept it very natural. So as we're having this conversation with you guys, I'm looking out past, and there's a family of deer that are just meandering through this park, and it's just beautiful nature to watch. So great place, definitely near and dear to my heart. But if you're in San Antonio and you need a good playground to wear the kids out, McAllister Park's definitely one to stop at. So thanks again for tuning in, guys. I hope this was super helpful and informative for you. If you're interested in purchasing a home or selling your home in San Antonio, Steve and I would be honored to be your realtors of choice and help you through that transition. All of our information is listed below. Again, whether you're 6 days or 6 months, we just love to hear from you and start the conversation. So thanks so much, and we'll see you on the next one.